is 6:30. We are going to hold a public hearing to revise the monthly sewer rates effective February 1, 2026.
This is pretty straightforward. You adopt your sewer rates in Chapter 89 of the Borough Code. It is adopted through an ordinance, so we had to advertise tonight as a public hearing. We advertised in the Daily Local News on December 9th, 2025, and I also sent a copy of the ordinance for public inspection to the Daily Local and Chester County Law Library on November 24th, 2025. So this is amending one particular section of Chapter 89. It's Section 89-11. And it states that effective February 1st, 2026, the monthly sewer rates will be computed as follows, and it identifies what the charges are. It's basically a 3% increase from what they currently are today. So that's very narrow scope ordinance.
Thank you. Council, any questions, comments?
Just a comment that the cost for water treatment that's a big reason why we have to do this. And just to reiterate it for the public, that the cost of materials to reduce things like phosphate has gone up tremendously for us.
Right.
And so that is one of the biggest reasons why we have to do this. Unfortunately, we have to do this.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing the electrical upgrade to the plant. We got to keep those running and modern and efficient. So, public comments or questions? Okay, would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the new sewer rates.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Metric, please call the question.
Ms. Dorsey? Mr. Flynn?
Yeah.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes. Okay, thank you. That concludes our public hearing, and we're going to call the voting session to order. It is 6:34. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mr. Flynn.
All right, allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Few announcements. The borough will be collecting canned goods to benefit the Westchester Food Cupboard at Borough Hall during business hours. You probably saw it out in the lobby. Please stop by to contribute. More information can be found on the borough website. The Borough of Westchester offices will be closed on December 18th from noon until 2 p.m. for the annual holiday lunch. And our last announcement is an executive session was held this evening at 5:30 to discuss personnel matters. Move on to comments, suggestions, petitions by residents, taxpayers, and visitors in attendance regarding items that are not on the agenda. Please be advised there's a 5-minute limit, which is at the discretion of President. Good evening, Darrell.
Good evening. Darrell Cook, 506 South Walnut Street. With fidelity is a phrase you've heard before. Thank you for your hard work. I've heard a request to paint the bump out curbs yellow. I've made the request for reflective markers before. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kyle Hudson, Westchester Chronicle. I would like to get a picture of all you. It's the last meeting. I think this has been a long, 2 years that you've been on council, and I think some of you it's your last meeting. So if I could get a picture of all the members of council real quick for for Monday's newspaper, I'd appreciate that. Let's get that right there. One. And also, to those of you who are leaving, which I think is 2 or 3 of you, I'll be sending you emails if you want to do an interview just to kind of talk about your time on Borough Council. We'd love to arrange that. But yeah, we have a new weekly newspaper, comes out every Monday, and we have 2 really interesting stories coming out on homelessness and campaign finance. We're going to be looking at how all the money moves around the county in the elections. So thank you so much for all your hard work and everything you guys do for the borough. Have a happy holidays.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay. We will have comments by the Borough Council and Mayor. We're going to switch it up this month. We're going to start with Ms. Dorsey.
my last official voting session, and he changes the the sequence. Just throw me that curveball. One, I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, so I'll start with that. Two, I want to thank everyone for allowing me to serve here. It has been a pleasure and quite a learning experience. Humbling sometimes, sometimes very challenging. We've done a lot of change. There's been a lot of change in my tenure here over 5.5 years. We've got almost a whole new board of directors, a lot of new staff. We have 4 women up here on the dais. I don't know that we've ever had that. That dynamic will not continue into the next one, but I'm going to remain hopeful that we will continue to honor differences and make sure that we are accommodating everyone, not only up here on the dais, but particularly residents and businesses as well. There's still a lot of work to do. I think we tackled some very difficult things. Wasn't always easy, but we stayed the course. Proud of the work that I have done. I hope you all are proud of it as well. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Flynn.
Greetings from the Swedish ward in the borough, the 6th ward. My job in the last few years, sitting next to Lisa, was to make sure that we just smiled. We smiled, and she didn't strangle me. Sometimes you guys just don't hear what goes on up here because the microphones aren't on, and it's probably good. I'll be finishing up my 8th year tonight. I have 2 more years left because I came in the middle of a term, and it's been extremely rewarding. I've enjoyed every ounce of it, and I would just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Shimoni.
You guys like my sweater? Like it? I got it from Tish. You guys like my earrings? I got them from the Green Lady. Point being, we got 7 more days before Christmas to shop small. So make sure you get out there, shop small before Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, you got 365 days in total every year to shop small. Get out there, support our local businesses. We had a great Chris Kindle market this past weekend, and that supported the businesses. We got a lot of great retailers, a lot of great businesses in town, and let's just keep them thriving because they really help keep the town going. So that's one thing I wanted to say. The other thing I wanted to say is thank you, Lisa, Patrick, Sheila. Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure working with all of you guys too. I think we've been a really, we don't always agree with each other, but I think we've been a great council that's worked together to resolve issues and work on things. And so you all will be missed working with you. Patrick is our president. Thank you. Done a great job. An unlikely, you were kind of thrust into greatness 2 years ago. You weren't expecting it, and you've done a great job there. Lisa, thank you for everything you've done. Gonna miss you guys. And I see Jerry and new Lisa, and we got Stephen out there, that are going to be joining us next month. But and I look forward to working with you guys. But wanted to just say thank you to those of you who are heading out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Sheila.
I really enjoyed the 4 years that I've been here, and I'm sad to go. And you all have been there for me. It's really hard times. And having this as a place to come and be a part of something meaningful really helped me. And I just need to thank everyone up here and thank everyone who helped elect me and thank everyone in the borough and thank everyone who works for the borough. You guys are all amazing and I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. McGinnis.
Yes. So during holiday season, right, we have the men and women of Westchester Public Works. I got to take a picture with them. 25 years ago, I told you guys this, young Brian McGinnis worked on the back of that trash truck, right? These guys do the hard work, rain, sleet, snow, the cold days to keep our borough looking great. Just remember to take care of them because they take care of us. Okay. So with that, another thing here, Christmas has come early for Westchester Borough residents. And I'm proud to announce, and many of you know, that there will be no property tax increases in 2026. That's a gift of stability and peace of mind for families in our community. What that also means, and here's some other highlights that we've done over the past couple of years. Our pension is fully funded, protecting the retirement security of our employees and saving taxpayers well over $100,000 a year in fees and expenses. We improved our bond rating from AA negative to stable. The stronger the rating, lowers borrowing costs and reflects confidence in our financial stewardship. We've grown our reserves from 7 million to just over 9 million. That's a 28.6% increase. We've done that over the last 4 years. So we've done a lot of good things in our council. But these achievements show that Westchester Borough is on solid financial ground. We're delivering services, protecting taxpayer dollars, and building a stronger future. Tonight, we celebrate not just fiscal responsibility, but the joy of knowing our borough government is in good hands. So I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a happy and healthy holiday season, and a prosperous new year.
Thank you. Mr. Travis.
Yeah, I just want to also say happy holidays. And just as a bookend to my November comments, I mentioned the library, the Westchester Library does their big annual fundraiser, which is the Holiday Home Tour. That was one of 8 homes, along with, Fawnbrook, which is, big old Darlington property, and the Book House. And it was just, Fawnbrook and the Book House, right? Yeah, those two. And it was just a really amazing experience. I talked to so many people that I'd never met before, and coming in and just admiring old architecture and history, and really, and obviously the decorations too. And but I was really nervous. I found out that there were 853 people that were signed up for this home tour. That meant approximately, it could be up to 853 people walking through my home while I was not there. But I could not believe just how tight the operation was from the library. The docents, all the volunteers, it was just so well run. And I'm probably not going to do it again because I want people to see other people's homes. We were the only one in the southeast quadrant. I was proud to bring people over to that side of the borough because I think most people don't come to appreciate what we have. They might think it's all students, and it's not. And it was just a really nice experience. And they were able to raise approximately $40,000 for the library. And it was, as we know, the libraries had some expenses that they've been having trouble covering. So just as a last note, anybody that's listening and is thinking about doing this for next year, you're going to probably hear a couple more prompts by the time that happens. But it's a really wonderful experience, and I hope you do participate in it next year, even though I probably won't be. And I will probably be participating, just in a different way. Anyway.
Thank you. Mayor.
Thank you, President McCoy. In keeping with the rest of the members, I do wish you and Lisa and Sheila a good new year. May you use all your spare time, quote unquote, air quotes. I'm sure you're all going to get involved in other things. But thank you for the service you've given the Westchester Borough. Thank you. Also, in addition to the borough having a raising money and asking for toys and asking for food for the Westchester food cupboard. My office, the mayor's office, and the police have put out a social media request asking for bedding items for the Westchester Friends. As many of you know, they have a home here for transient families right in the borough that serves 6 different people in one home, 6 different families, I should say, many apartments in one place, which is wonderful. And we're also supporting Act Now that recently reopened and rebranded from Act in Faith to Act Now. We're asking for a gift card so that for Giant or for Wawa's to help them stand in the gap for all the people that they serve when those people need help and they come to them. So if you can give and you want to give, you have until the 18th. We would appreciate anything. We've had so many people be so generous already, but a speck more wouldn't hurt. For if you want to do gift cards, you can drop them off to the police station downstairs, or even bedding, towels, laundry, shower things, that kind of thing. You can drop that off downstairs at the police station as well. So thank you for anything you can do. And we wish you all a wonderful holiday season.
Mayor. Well, this should only take about an hour to, seriously, it's hard to believe that it has been 4 years. It has absolutely flown by. If I knew how much we were going to talk about parking and special events, I would have brought popcorn to some of the meetings. But seriously, thank you all very much for collaboration we've all enjoyed. Thank you for trusting me to be the president for the last 2 years. It's been a pleasure to serve with you all. I'll miss you all. Perhaps I'll come and make a couple of comments once in a while. Thank you to the borough staff. You guys are terrific, amazing. John, thank you for your leadership. Dana, always helpful. Ramsey, congratulations on your assistant borough manager role. Well-deserved. Barb, thank you. Everyone does a fantastic job, and it's much appreciated. Also, the boards and commissions. They're not here, but we appointed many tonight. You guys are amazing. We have 16, I think, boards and commissions. And there are lots of volunteers that do work every single month of their own time they've got the borough at heart, as we all do too. And of course to residents, thanks for trusting me to be an elected official. And I will look forward to seeing you out on the streets. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Don't forget to shop locally. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. I believe we have a presentation from the Tree Commission Annual Report. Chip Warren.
Hello, I'm Chip Horn. I'm Chair of the Tree Commission. I'm giving the annual report. I'm going to be really brief, just the highlights. First, as far as tree planting, we made a couple process changes to make the process better. We changed the bid specifications because we were getting contractors that were not qualified and were planting trees that were dying. So we fixed that. This year, the trees that we planted were much higher quality. We also wrote letters to each property owner that we're going to get a tree to say they were getting a tree, and believe it or not, some of them didn't want a tree, so we moved them from the list. We planted 200 trees this year, 186 street trees, 14 trees in the park. It's twice as many as we have planted in recent years. We condemned and removed 10 trees that were dead or dying in the parks. We condemned 32 street trees that were dead or dying, and property owners need to remove those. And we pruned trees in the parks. And then finally, we developed a plan to remove 77 ash trees in the parks over 10 years. We need to remove them because they're subject to emerald ash borer. So it's going to be a big, big thing. And I think I'm going to stop there. So any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, looks like we have presentation of appreciation, outgoing council members, Lisa Dorsey, myself, and Sheila Vaccaro.
So again, we want to recognize all of the contributions that the three of you have made. We will start with Patrick McCoy, the president of Borough Council. So if you would come forward, sir. And I won't read all of these in the essence of time because I know they want to get out of here. The three of them, they can't wait. But anyway, I do want to say this. Patrick McCoy has proudly served the citizens of the Borough of Westchester since being sworn in on January 3rd, 2022, representing the residents of Ward 1 with dedication while simultaneously prioritizing the needs of the entire borough. And whereas Patrick has fostered a culture of respect, collaboration, and thoughtful leadership amongst council, staff, and residents during his tenure on Borough Council and as president, I, the mayor, want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Patrick McCoy for his dedication and commitment to the Borough of Westchester. People like Patrick make our community great, and we extend our warmest wishes for a future of health and happiness.
Thank you.
And we want to give each of you the key to the city for all your meritorious service. Now, doesn't open like that key opens, but it's to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
There's the key. The next will be to Lisa Dorsey. Lisa Dorsey has served the residents of the Westchester Borough with distinction and dedication as councilperson representing Ward 7 since her appointment in July of 2020, and then she won in November of 2021 the election to continue to serve her constituents. After proudly representing Ward 7 for just over a year, her fellow council members confidently elected her to serve as Vice President of Borough Council from January 3rd, 2022 to January 2nd, 2024. And whereas Lisa has encouraged productive relationships with Westchester University, Good Fellowship Ambulance Club, and other organizations to improve the quality of life for all, I, Delanne DeBaptiste, Mayor, express my heartfelt gratitude to Lisa for her dedication and commitment to the Borough of Westchester. People like Lisa make our community outstanding. Thank you. Doesn't open much, but it does open a bottle of wine. And last but certainly not least, Ms. Sheila Vaccaro. Come on forward. I won't bite this time. So Sheila Vaccaro has dedicated her time and energy to the betterment of the Borough of Westchester since her being sworn in as a councilperson on January 1st, 3rd, 2022, representing the residents of the 5th Ward. And throughout her tenure, Sheila has served on the Public Works Administration, Communication and Technology Act, and Public Safety Committees, and has been a chair of the Parking Committee for the last 4 years. And whereas she has assisted as in a vital role between the borough and the local business community, acting as the designated Borough Council liaison to the downtown Westchester Business Improvement District. So I, Mayor Lillian DeBaptiste, again express my heartfelt gratitude to Sheila for her dedication and commitment to the Borough of Westchester. And we do extend our warmest wishes for a future of health and happiness. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. And here's your key.
Thank you.
You want a bottle of wine with it too?
Yes.
The theme is wine for all three of them.
The staff have a few comments too, to honor the departing council people. We have a few gifts on the table for you as well. I'm going to start off and I'm going to direct my comments to Lisa. And some of this the mayor did go over, but Ms. Dorsey was unanimously appointed to fill a vacancy 5 years ago, July 15th, 2020, right in the middle of the COVID pandemic, huh? She immediately rolled up her sleeves and got to work, filled the seat remotely, began participating in council business that very evening. Her selection by the council drew praise from many residents and community leaders, and in particular from Senator and former Mayor Carolyn Comida, who praised Lisa as, quote, a great choice and a wonderful community leader. When she was appointed, she was the only female council person on Borough Council. And during her tenure, additional female council members were elected, welcomed, supported by Lisa. And each new council member brought unique experiences and perspectives. Lisa served as vice president of Borough Council between January of 2022 and 2024. Served on committees of smart growth, parking, public safety act, public works. You did just about all of them. It's safe to say that you'll be remembered as one of the most well-rounded council persons we've had serving on so many committees, so many different committees and contributing. During your 6 years, your contributions were significant. You weighed in on numerous housing developments, zoning and land development amendments, short-term rentals that we kicked around for 12 months, it seemed like, parking solutions and improvements. I think anyone who serves on the parking committee deserves a special place in heaven. One who wanted everyone to feel welcome and included. You represented Ward 7 and the entire borough and community with kindness, understanding, and respect. And I'd like to add, on a personal note, thank you personally for being one of the people who's trusted me to be the borough manager. You were one of the people on that interview committee, and after you're gone, there'll just be one more left who was part of that original crew that brought me on board. I'll be forever grateful for your confidence in my leadership. And thank you very much for being a great council person.
Okay, Sheila. Sheila Vaccaro was sworn in as the council person representing the Fifth Ward on January 3rd, 2022. Sheila has served on the Public Works, Parking, Public Safety, and Act committees during her tenure on Borough Council and has represented Borough Council as the Downtown Westchester Bid Liaison. A lifelong resident of Westchester, Sheila has a passion for advancing our businesses and creating an inspiring downtown to elevate our everyday. During her time on council, Sheila was extremely passionate about the Gay Street closure project. She also focused on viable parking solutions to bring visitors to our borough and to serve our residents fairly. Sheila has been committed to providing opportunities to strengthen our community and promote a higher quality of life for our families. Being the mother of 2 boys, Sheila took her role on the Public Safety Committee seriously and was an advocate for safety within the community. Her degree in her friendly disposition, but if need be, could bring out her As quoted, businesses and families both thrive when community is strong. Community is what matters most. Sheila served her ward well, and we firmly believe her contributions and service to the borough will have a lasting impact on our neighborhoods in the. You will be missed, and thank you for all of the time and effort you've put into making the borough a better place.
On January 3rd, 2022, Mr. McCoy, Pat, was sworn in as a Borough Council member representing Ward 1. He served as the chair of the Public Works Committee, as well as serving on the ACT and Smart Growth Committees for 2 years. At the January 2nd, 2024 Borough Council reorganization meeting, Pat was recognized by his peers when he was nominated as Borough Council President. He graciously accepted the position. Since that time, he has consistently demonstrated a commitment to improving the quality of life for all constituents through effective policymaking, community engagement, and advocacy. In his role, he prioritized the needs of all constituents, not just those residing in his ward. As council president, Pat presided over and led the Borough Council through matters of concern and importance to the community on issues impacting the quality of life of those who live, visit, and work in the borough. He presided over lengthy conversations and discussions regarding the short-term rental ordinance, public speaking policy, the use of parking lot 10, Gay Street closure, annual budgets and tax matters, and numerous ordinances, resolutions, and policies. The accomplishments of the Borough Council under his leadership are numerous, including an annual budgeting process to avoid large tax increases, revisions to existing ordinances for clarity and purpose across our many departments, council meeting processes and procedures, the clarity of contractors who perform work in the borough, park improvements, funding for the Gay Street closure, and a humane ordinance, just to name a few. Pat was instrumental in assisting with the meaningful changes that will improve the quality of life in the borough with a lasting, positive, long-term impact. He will be remembered as a council person who was engaged, asked relevant questions, and most importantly, he listened. On a personal note, I want to thank Pat for his support and for always being available when I had questions or needed advice on how to handle particular borough matters. I appreciate that I could call Pat and get advice or resolutions I needed to move forward with my work. I will miss working with you. And I will certainly miss hearing about the adventures of Theo and Fritz.
Make sure to get pictures with everybody if we can.
All of you.
Table. I'm sorry.
Wait, let me move it.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Next, we will move on to old business. Discussion, motion to approve requests from downtown Westchester to share parking garage revenue for Chris Kindle Market and all future events in the Central Business District.
Okay. I believe the single voice up here in opposition to this, I'll make this quick, swift. Again, I am opposed to this. I believe that this is the mission of the bid. I read the introduction to the bid and not the mission last night. So I'll read it tonight. And the mission is to enhance the economic vitality of downtown Westchester through an active public and private partnership between the borough government and the business and property owners in the business improvement district. Economic vitality is achieved through preserving our historic assets, responding to the needs of our community, including business owners, residents, visitors, and marketing our unique qualities to the Delaware Valley region and beyond. I believe that this is I don't believe it. It states here it's their mission. It's part of their job. John does a very good job. I would prefer to see those funds go to a capital improvement project, the parks, some of the parks that are neglected and need some funding for whether it's playground equipment or whatever. I just think the funds could be better used. We fund bid at $100,000 a year. We approve their budget this year for them to increase their footprint and generate additional revenue. I imagine that that's not something that, will end. So I'm going to steadfast. I would probably be the only voice against this, but I believe that those funds could be used elsewhere and benefit more residents. So I'll rest there.
Thank you. Comments, council?
I'm going to share one piece of information. The total parking revenue from Chris Kindle Market in 2024 was $17,369.75. And that was split with Chris Kindle Market, or with the bid. This year, Chris Kindle Market brought in $35,456.75. And that is the total parking revenue. It speaks to how big it, now there was an increase in the parking fee, so I don't want to mislead people, but that's a lot of money that's money that we would not be making without the bid putting this event on. We're making, the borough is making more money because of the bid. And all we're doing is reimbursing them on the fees. We're not writing them a check. So that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. It is an economic development organization at the end of the day. And I don't know how many people, do we know how many people came to
I
visit?
don't have
It
that.
had to have been at least 20,000. I'm sure there's a metric for how many dollars per person. 17 or 18,000. I don't know what the dollars that per person that people spend, but they obviously, in addition to the parking, they also spend money at retail stores, restaurants, bars, whatever. And I think it's important that we keep those events going, that we bring people in, so that, we get those fees and they can go towards our $1.4 million, Gay Street closure project. So we can do more of these. I mean, obviously those funds either come from, taxpayers, EIT, or in this case, it's coming from visitors that are happy to be here and participate in an event. So I think it's appropriate to credit those costs, and I would only strike in all future events. I think that's for future council to decide. So motion to approve request from downtown Westchester to share parking garage revenue for Chris Kindle Market, I would strike, and all future events.
Yeah, I actually was going to say that, but you said it. I know Sean suggested it last night, striking that all future events. I'm not against sharing the parking revenue. I would love to see some of it go to the Art Association because they were the organization that spearheaded it. They could use the funds, the arts can always use support these days, but I'm not against sharing the revenue here.
Any public comments, questions? Would someone like to make a
Call for
motion?
vote, please. I make a motion that we approve the downtown Westchester share parking garage revenue with Chris Kringle Mark and the Central Business District.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Metric, please call the question.
To clarify, Mr. Flynn, is your motion striking the language after the word "and"?
Yes, please strike the language in all future events.
Ms. Dorsey?
No.
Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Motion carries 6-1.
Okay, our next item B is a motion to make appointments to the boards, commissions, and committees.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion. Can I-
Please.
Okay. Did I jump the gun? Can I just do all of them all at once? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. For the Historic Commission, I would like to make a motion for Mary Bayless and David Wickard. For the Planning Commission, I would like to make the motion for Sheila Vaccaro. For the Public Arts Commission, I would like to make a motion for Patrick McCoy, that's you, and Samantha Rufo. For the Recreation Committee, I'd like to make a motion for Robert Figueroa. For the Reestablished Rail Service, Stephen Larkamp, William McCann. For the Westchester Community Campus Committee, Vince Range and Woody Lathbury. And for the Westchester Library Board, John Mitchell Patterson and Janet Reiner.
To second.
Thank you. Please call the question.
Ms. Dorsey?
Yes.
Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni? And Mr. McCoy?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Next, we'll move on to old business, our consent agenda.
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. McCoy, to approve the consent agenda as presented this evening.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the question. Out public comment? Okay, thank you.
Ms. Dorsey? Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Ms. Vaccaro?
Yes.
Mr. McGinnis?
Yes.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Shimoni?
Yes.
And Mr. McCoy?
Yes. Okay, is there any other business? I will bring up one item. No, that was part of the consent. But I do, speaking of the contract, I did just want to make a point to thank Mr. Metric for his leadership and hard work. We have obviously renewed his contract for 2 years. We're thrilled that he, assuming he will sign that contract, that we're thrilled to have you and your leadership. You know, you've been through a lot over the last year, lots of changes, but you know, you've navigated and you've got a great team in place. So thank you. Appreciate it. Any other business? All right. Thank you. We are adjourned at 7:18.